So guys, I saw this recipe with leftover bread and I just decided to give it a trial. Trust me, it came out very nice. Let's go. Let's see how I achieved this. So in a bowl, I cracked in 4 full eggs. So after I cracked in my eggs, guys, I now added a pinch. I think this is just a half cube of seasoning. Added a pinch of salt. In this plate here, I have diced onions, diced pepper and spring onions, and also I added everything into the bowl and I start whisking my eggs. I whisked my eggs to the point that my eggs became very, very fluffy. You know how you whisk your eggs and until it is very light. That's just the frequency I used. Yes, I really wanted it very light because I didn't want anything that would not allow it to cook through while I am frying it. That's why I just had to take time, whisk it very well. Now, my leftover bread, I now started cutting it into tiny, tiny pieces into my bowl of eggs. My bowl of whisked eggs. Oh my God. Like this, at this point, I was just thinking in my mind, what if this recipe does not come out good? That means I must have end up wasting a lot of eggs and I would have used my eggs for something else. But as everything, what is worth trying must be tried. So I kept on cutting my eggs into tiny pieces so it can all absorb, so the eggs can actually absorb the bread. Let's see how this will turn out. So immediately I finish cutting my bread into tiny sizes into the egg, I now began to stir. I stir for everything to incorporate very well. So at some point it has incorporated, but my bread was still very hard. I said no, I have to keep it to be soft though. I don't know what it will look like if I fry it immediately. But after like 5 minutes of stirring my bread and eggs to incorporate, I discovered that my bread came out very soft. That's it. And I said, this is just what I want. So this is breadfruit. I removed the breadfruit from the bread and then I added it back to the bread and I greased my pan with oil, guys, and made sure the oil really goes round. That's vegetable oil. I now added my mixture. This is my batter of bread and eggs. Okay, I added it. This is the point I didn't really understand what I was doing again. I was like, what if this thing doesn't come out well? Oh my God, help me. But I now had to spread it into the pan so that it can cook through fast. I cover it just to allow heat penetrate to it fast and faster. So I use a very low heat. I've tried this recipe with noodles. It came out amazing. But for bread, no, I've not tried it before. I just wanted something new. Okay, now so let me just give it a good trial. I was surprised I could flip this over without any single stress. Did you just see that? At this point, I had hope. I had hope at this point though, because I didn't know it was going to come together so fast and immediately. So I now kept using my spoon to press it down so it can really fry, cook or steam through, however. So I now cover my pan again for still heat to penetrate. So I just kept repeating this process. I press it down, I flip it over, I press it down, flip over, just to see how this can cook through. Should I call this pizza? because for me, I don't really know the name and what to call this. So I now kept pressing it down for all the eggs to cook through. But then I didn't know what it's going to taste like, because something must happen in order for something to happen. So I just kept flipping and flipping. At this point I really wish I could test and know how it will come out, but I could not, because everything is just together. So I kept pressing it down. I cover, allow it to penetrate, press it down, cover and allow it to penetrate. Just at the point I felt this is ready, the doubt in me did not just allow me take it off the heat, but then I have to take it off the heat. I remove it from my pan, put it in my plate. See, my goodness, guys, we have to test it to know if it is really good indeed. This is what it looks like. This is me now munching it. This is nice.